Your Tigers showed up in a big way. Again, you tried to tell me, I wouldn't listen. I think a lot of people tried to tell me and I wouldn't listen. I was banking on, hey, weird stuff happens in college basketball to be this one. Tonight, the non-weird result happened. Memphis was really good at home, as Memphis has been really all season long this year. This is a good basketball team, a basketball team that might have a chance to be great.
Yeah, no, honestly, they really are. And David Jones, I feel like we've done a lot of all-American team talks and like player drafts and things like that. This man is a dangerous, absurd level of a bucket. This game comes down to two things for me, Greg. We did the preview on this and we talked about like how Virginia is an ACC like contender, like to win a title, and how they're really good defensively. All those things are still true after this game, in my opinion. The only thing is that Memphis is that good. Like Memphis and David Jones can score on a team that is this good defensively. Memphis can beat the ACC regular season champ. That's how good they are. And David Jones himself is that damn good. They were throwing the kit. My dog, Tony Bennett, in all his handsomeness, was throwing the kitchen sink at this man. Everybody got to try. Ryan Dunn, everyone. And they could not stop him. He literally made the best defensive player in the country, in my eyes, put that man through the ringer. And that just is what it is. And, Virginia battled back. I think the halftime lead was single digits, if I'm not mistaken. It was closer.
6 points.
But was it 6 points?
Hmm.
Yeah. So Memphis was able to have a good second half rally. I mean, at home, they're feeling it. The place was rocking. The Tigers are good, man. Like real, real good. And I'm very in on this team. And the fact that they're adding Nae'Qwan Tomlin to this, I especially love that.
Yeah, I thought it was this. I think normally Virginia wears you down as the game goes on, and instead it was the inverse of that. I thought Memphis wore Virginia down. And this was a contrast of styles. We knew that coming in. We said it in the preview. Virginia slows the game down incredibly slow. Memphis wants to run. I thought Memphis was able to run tonight. They really excelled in transition, as they always do to me. 69 possession game. That's the highest number of possessions in a Virginia game this season by far. They asserted their will, and you can do that when you have better players. I think that's the story of this. And again, you try to tell me this. Like, Reese Beekman's a guy that has been an NBA darling for some reason. Kinda. He's still back in college for his senior year. We don't really get that one. He had 5 turnovers tonight, but I thought Beekman was all right. But outside of that, McNeely and Rhodey and Groves really like are guys that have been good offensively for Virginia at times this season. And certainly they're great defense as a team, but I think those guys are limited compared to the athleticism, the speed, the quickness that Memphis has. That's obvious to say that out loud, but it just is what it is. And Memphis tonight, to me, I feel like their depth almost kind of like it was depth of talent. It reminded me of watching Kentucky, where you're like, they got a lot of dudes compared to who they're playing every game. That's how I felt watching Memphis against Virginia tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you get 13 points from Caleb Mills off the bench in 26 minutes. You got David Jones, obviously, like we brought up, Javon Quinterly, had 5 assists, a couple rebounds, a couple steals. You just had a bunch of guys that are doing things like Jaquan Walton was able to contribute in this game, got stuff from Dandridge. Um, Honestly, and the weak link of this team or the starting five to me is Nick Jordan. And that's exactly who I envision Tomlin kind of taking his place. So it's gonna reach dangerous levels how in I am on the Tigers and Penny here soon because we just got done doing our Michigan recap and whatnot. There's one guy who's done a great job in roster building and getting guys from the transfer portal and getting older guys and getting guys that fit. And for a little bit there for the past couple seasons, it's been who's kind of failed with roster building or something like that. And Penny and Joanne's name always come up. Penny has not had that issue this year. He retained guys like Dandridge. He got guys, retained Mills. And then he was able to go out and get some guys, get David Jones, get Quinterly, get Jaquan Walton. Like he did a good job. Obviously, maybe different admission situations and things such as that, but you got to give them credit for doing it. And this team plays hard, and they're old as hell, and and they're talented. It's like all three of those are gonna win them a lot of basketball games.
Yeah, what is it about Penny that makes him a former NBA superstar turned college head coach that is able to build competitive rosters and make smart in-game coaching decisions and not hit anybody?
Well, as far as they're not hitting anybody, I think Penny's pretty good at controlling his temper. Some might, I think some control their tempers better than others. Two totally different school situation, structure situation. Memphis is not Michigan. That's pretty simple. It is what it is. Also, not entirely sure who's on Memphis's staff, but I know the staff looks like they're one. I know they look like they operate. It looks like they don't hate each other, which
That's
is a
nice.
start. It looks like they
That's
do
nice.
things similarly. So yeah, I think that's a big thing. And actually, I'm trying to think what the actual way I want to put this is. It's a combination of like having a vision, but also like I give Penny a lot of credit for noticing like the landscape of college basketball. Like he watched the Final Four last year. He watched college basketball and was like, I need dudes that are old and talented. And if that comes with something, who really knows? Like Jaquan Walton had a gun charge or something before he came to school, but that got cleared, and he's old and talented. Like they're making those type of things happen. They're getting those type of players. So I just think that yeah, Penny had himself a summer. He did a great job. Like I'm not sure what the offseason grade was, but from the field of 68, but like Penny and them should have been pretty high. What is
Whoops.
going on right now?
Sorry. That's on me. That's my bad. I dropped my Juwan Howard bobblehead that I ripped the head off of.
Oh my, okay.
So yeah, I think Memphis is really good. I think Memphis is really good. I'm ready to say it. I'm not going to doubt them again this season. Coincidentally, they don't really play anybody again this season until Florida Atlantic February 25th. Like I get,
And that game's gonna be fire.
yeah, it's the American Conference, but like so the American obviously is, you lose games in conference play no matter who you are when you play teams. SMU can play. North Texas isn't bad. There are games that will be tough for Memphis in conference play, but Houston is gone from this conference. Wichita State is what they've been at times in the last couple of years. This is kind of panning itself out to be a season for Memphis. Cart like there's a world where we get to February and this team has 2 losses.
We're talking like what, number 3 seed Tigers in the tournament.
KenPom has Memphis's projected record 25-6 at the end of the season. That's like a 3 seed.
That's a year.
Crazy.
And I wouldn't, and Memphis is a team I would not want to see.
Penny National Coach of the Year.
He's got to be in consideration.
Yeah, he's up there for sure. It's
yeah,
impressive.
definitely.
Crazy things happening when our National Coach of the Year lost by 16 points on a neutral in a trophy game to Kyle Neptune.
I mean, that alone will probably keep him from actually putting his fingers on the trophy, because that's unacceptable. Was David Jones at St. John's before this, or was it DePaul, or was it DePaul to St. John's?
Wasn't it? It was St. John's. It was DePaul first, and then St. John's last season.
Crazy. That dude's nasty.
Yeah, he's good. Very good player. Where's David Jones from? You love to play the "Where's he from" game.
David Jones is from. No, he's international. I think he's from the Bahamas.
He's from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic.
Damn it! That was close.
Still impressive. Very impressive. Okay. Congrats, Memphis. It must be fun to win games.